Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Code and Clarity. In today's video, we are going to understand one of the most important topics in computer science, that is the SDLC or the Software Development Life Cycle. I'll explain SDLC in a very simple way, and most importantly, I'll use a real life example of a food delivery app so that you don't just memorize phases but actually understand how software is built in the real world. What is SDLC? Let's start with the basics. SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. It is a step-by-step process that developers follow to design, build, test, and maintain softwares. Instead of randomly coding, SDLC actually gives you a clear structure so that everyone knows what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. In simple words, SDLC is basically like a roadmap for building a software properly. Now, the big question, why do we even need SDLC? Without SDLC, teams get confused, features keep changing, bugs increase, and time and money gets wasted. Now, SDLC helps to avoid confusion and rework, improve software quality, save time and cost, ensure the whole team works systematically. That's why every company follows SDLC, from startups to big tech companies. Now the phases of SDLC. So SDLC is divided into 7 important phases. Keep the phases in mind always. Requirement analysis, then planning, then design, then development, then testing, then deployment, and at last maintenance. So each phase has a specific purpose and one phase depends on the previous one. So skipping any phase can create serious problems later. Now the real life example introduction. So to make this very easy, let's take a real life example. Imagine we want to build a food delivery app, something like Swiggy or Zomato. Now let's understand how each SDLC phase applies to building this app. So we will be discussing the phase 1 at first. So what is the phase 1? That is the requirement analysis, and this is actually the most important phase. Now here we ask questions like, what problems are we solving? Who are the users? What features are required? So in case of our food delivery app, what problem we are solving? Users should be able to order food online, okay? And then they should also be able to track the delivery status. They should also be able to make online payments. So if the requirement is unclear, then the entire project can fail later. So this requirement analysis, whether it is required or not, and it is required to whom, and actually how much is the requirement. So if this analysis is wrong, then the project will completely fail. This is the basic. So this is the first phase, that is the requirement analysis. Now is the next phase, that is the phase 2, planning. Once requirements are clear, then we move to the planning section. In this phase, we decide the timeline, the budget, the team roles, the technology stack. That is, for example, we need an Android app, also an web app. So who will make it? So basically there will be 3 developers and 1 tester. And what is the deadline? Deadline of 3 months. So planning will help us understand whether the project is practically feasible or not. Okay, so this is another important phase. Next, come to the design phase. Here we don't write code, we design how the software will look and work. This includes the UI UX design, database design, and the system architecture. So for our food app, app screens like login, menu cart, then the order flow, then the payment gateway structure. So a good design will make development much more easier as well as faster. Now what is the development phase? This is the phase most students think SDLC is all about, that is the coding. Here the developers write the front-end code, build the back-end logic, connect databases, for example login and sign-up system, then menu listing, order placement functionality. So development is done strictly based on the design as well as the requirements. This is the 5th phase, that is the testing. Once development is done, we move to testing. Testing ensures the software works correctly and is bug-free. So testers check the app crashes, payment failures, wrong order placement. For example, what if payment fails? What if order shows wrong restaurant? So testing is critical because bugs in production can damage the company reputation. So this is the another important phase, testing whether the functionality is correctly working or not, and whatever bug will be found after testing, that needs to be fixed as soon as possible before deploying it to the final production, before the app is used by its users, before the app is actually available publicly. So testing is the most important phase. Is the phase 6, that is the deployment. So after testing, the software is ready for users. This phase is called as the deployment. For our example, suppose the app is published on Play Store. The website goes live on servers. So now the real users, the user base, can download and use your app. So that is the 6th phase, that is the deployment phase, making the app available to the public or making it available for use. Next phase is the maintenance. That is, SDLC doesn't end after deployment. Maintenance is an ongoing phase. So this includes fixing bugs reported by users, improving performance, and also adding new features. So for example, adding the coupon codes, improving app speed, then fixing the logging issues. So most softwares spends maximum time in maintenance. Okay, that is very basic because if anything is deployed or anything you use, that needs maintenance. Similarly, the app will also need maintenance, or the website will also need maintenance. So that is the last phase and the final phase, and which is a continual phase. Okay, anytime anything is reported, that needs to be fixed. Now, to summarize, SDLC is a structured approach to software development. Each phase depends on the previous one. So skipping the steps can increase the risk. So SDLC basically ensures quality, clarity, and efficiency. If you understand SDLC well, you will perform better in exams, interviews, and real projects. Now, if this explanation helped you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment SDLC clear below so I know this video really helped you. Remember, in case of your interviews, SDLC is an underrated important topic. Okay, so this some basic software engineering questions are actually very common because the role which you are applying for is in most cases is basically the software developer or software engineer or software development engineer. So this basic information regarding software development is obviously expected from you in interview panel. So keep this SDLC ready and go for your interview, appear for your interviews. So I'll see you in the next computer science concept explained simply. Thank you. Have a nice day.